Hi friends, this is the first video for electromagnetic theory. We are going to begin with vector analysis. In this we will look into some mathematics which will be required in EMT like coordinate systems, gradient, divergence, curl, etc. So we are having three different coordinate systems: Cartesian coordinates, spherical coordinates and cylindrical coordinates. Let's look into them. So a point P in this Cartesian coordinate system can be labeled as x, y and z. The unit vectors along the x direction will be I hat, along the y direction will be j hat, and along the z direction it will be k hat. So these things you already know. I dot I will be equal to j dot j will be equal to k dot k will be equal to 1, and I dot j will be equal to 0. Dot is the dot product. I cross product of I and j will give us k. The cross product of j and k will give us I, and the cross product of k and I will give us j. I am writing this hat to denote the unit vectors. The length elements along the x direction dlx, we are having dx x hat, or you can say I hat. Along the y direction we are having dy j hat. Along the z direction we are having dz k hat. So generally we can write this as dl will be equal to, this is a vector quantity, right? So we can generally write this as dl bar will be equal to dx I hat plus dy j hat plus dz k hat. The surface elements will be dsx will be equal to dly cross dlz. Now dly is dy j hat and dlz is dz k hat. So that will be dy dz j hat cross k hat, and we know j cross k is I. So this will be dy dz I hat. So this is again a vector quantity. So you have to remember that the direction of surface is normal to it. Okay. Then the volume element, which is a scalar quantity, is d tau, which will be equal to dx dy dz, and this is a scalar quantity. Now here we have to remember something. We cannot put x, y and z along the three axes wherever we want. They have to follow a certain rule. Let's say if I take x, y, z along this direction, I have x here, y here and z here. So the rule is that you have to take your right hand. I'll take my right hand along the x direction, curl my fingers towards the z. So if I take my fingers along the x direction, curl my fingers towards the z, that means I'll get x cross z, and we know x cross z is minus y. So the thumb will point towards the direction of this minus y. That means if I take x along this direction and I curl along z, my thumb is in this direction, that is this direction is not actually y, it will be minus y. Another example, if I take coordinates like this, x, y and z, just the one we have taken here. Now if I take my right hand and I have to do y cross z, I'll take my right hand, the fingers along the y direction, I'll curl them towards the z direction. So I will get the direction of thumb will point y cross z. Y cross z we know is nothing but x. So the direction of thumb, that is this direction, is x direction. So you have to remember this. A cross B will give us C. The fingers along A, curl them towards B. The direction of thumb will give us C. Now we are going to look into spherical coordinate system. So the coordinates of this same point P, which were x, y and z in the Cartesian coordinates, here can now be written in terms of spherical coordinates as r, theta and phi, where this r is the distance from the origin. This is r, where r varies from 0 to infinity. Theta is known as the polar angle, which is the angle down from the z axis. So this angle is theta and it varies from 0 to pi. and the phi is called as the azimuthal angle. It is the angle from around the x-axis. That is, first we are going to take the projection of P on the xy plane. So this angle will be our phi, and this varies from 0 to 2 pi. So you have to find the z-axis. We will rotate our right hand fingers along the plus phi direction. So here if I'll rotate my right hand fingers along the plus phi direction like this, and this is pointing towards my z direction. Next, unit vectors here are r hat, theta hat and phi hat. Generally the length element can be written as dr r hat plus r d theta theta hat plus r sin theta d phi phi hat. So here you have to remember this scaling factor. Here we are having 1, here we are having r, and here we are having r sin theta. This is the scale factor. And this dl bar is a vector quantity. The surface, for surface element, if you are having a spherical surface, we know for a spherical surface the radius will be constant, the value of r will be constant. Therefore ds bar will be equal to, since r is constant, we will have only two terms, r square sin theta d phi along the r hat direction. And if we are having a disk surface in which the value of theta is constant, then ds bar can be written as r, theta is constant, so you will have only r sin theta dr d phi theta hat. The volume element is given by, which is a scalar quantity, which is equal to r squared sin theta dr d theta d phi. Now if we have a hemisphere, then what will happen? For a hemisphere, this will be r, this will be theta, and the projection along this plane, this angle will be phi. So here the r will vary from obviously 0 to r or 0 to whatever value we need. Theta will vary from 0 to only pi by 2, and phi will vary from 0 to 2 pi. Third, we are going to look into cylindrical coordinate system. Now the same point P, which was labeled as x, y, z in this Cartesian coordinates, in cylindrical coordinates can be written as s, phi and z, where this s is the distance of point P from z axis. This is s. This entire distance is z. And for phi again, we will take the projection of P on the xy plane, and this angle is phi. So s varies from 0 to infinity, phi varies from 0 to 2 pi, and z varies from minus infinity to infinity. The unit vectors are s hat, phi hat and z hat. The length element, the general length element can be written as dl bar will be equal to ds s hat plus s d phi phi hat plus dz z hat. So here the scale factors will be 1, s and 1. This is a vector quantity. The surface elements ds, if s is fixed, can be written as, if s is fixed, we will have s d phi dz s hat. If phi is fixed, we will have ds phi, this is again a vector quantity, ds d phi z hat, phi hat. And if z is fixed, then we will have ds s ds d phi z hat. All these three are vector quantities. The volume element, which is a scalar quantity, d tau, will be s ds d phi dz. Now we are going to look into conversion of unit vectors from one coordinate system to another. First, we will link the spherical and the Cartesian coordinates. In Cartesian coordinates, we are having x, y and z, and the spherical coordinates are r, theta and phi. So in the spherical coordinates in relation with Cartesian coordinates are x is equal to r sine theta cos phi, y is equal to r sine theta sine phi, z is equal to r cos theta, where r is equal to root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared, theta is equal to tan inverse root of x squared plus y squared upon z, and phi is equal to tan inverse y by x. Now in terms of Cartesian unit vectors, we are having r hat will be equal to, differentiate this with respect to r. So we'll have only sine theta cos phi x hat plus sine theta sine phi y hat plus cos theta z hat. Theta hat will be differentiate this 3 with respect to theta. So we'll remove r, and now we have differentiating sine theta will be with respect to theta will be cos theta. So we'll have here cos theta cos phi as it is x hat plus again differentiating this term with respect to theta. So sine theta will become cos theta sine phi y hat plus cos theta is minus sine theta. So you'll have here minus sine theta z hat. For phi hat we are having, for phi hat we are going to ignore the theta terms, ignore r and differentiate with respect to phi. Cos phi will become minus sine phi. We'll remove theta and r, x hat plus in this term sine differentiation of sine phi will be cos phi. We'll ignore sine theta and r, y hat. That's it. Here we do not have any phi term, so we'll ignore z. Now this can be written in matrix form as, we'll have here r theta phi is equal to one matrix into x hat, y hat, z hat and 0 here. So this is linking of spherical coordinates and Cartesian coordinates and their corresponding unit vectors. Now we are going to look into linking cylindrical coordinates and Cartesian coordinates. So this coordinates are x, y and z, and here we are having s, phi and z. Okay, so the relation with Cartesian coordinates are x will be equal to s cos phi, y is equal to s sin phi and z is equal to z. S is equal to root of x squared plus y squared. Phi is equal to tan inverse y by x and z is equal to z. Now in terms of Cartesian unit vectors, s hat will be equal to, we'll remove the s terms. So we'll have cos phi x hat and sin phi y hat. So plus. And phi hat, here we do not have any s, so we'll not have any z hat term. Phi hat will be differentiation of this with respect to phi. Cos phi will become minus sin phi x hat. Sin phi will be plus cos phi y hat and again no z term. And z hat is equal to only z hat. Now in terms of matrix, we can write this as S phi z will be equal to cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0, and in z hat we had only one z hat term. So 1 0 0 multiplied by x hat y hat z hat.